So what you're about to see is just not serious. It's all parody. If there's any resemblance to actual real characters, it's truly just a coincidence, I promise. This week on digiblur DIY, we're going to show you how to get rid of your farmer's tan. Is your shirt?
Yes. We use this remote to transport the
What the hell is even that?
I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what?
We have a reputation to uphold.
Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm backed up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload.
They're gonna get so butthurt over this video. And they're just gonna be like, oh my God, I just wanna put like all the bad comments in this video. And they're gonna be like, y'all shouldn't have done this, and it's horrible, and they're gonna be reporting the video even though we didn't show anything, and you had fun, right?
Yeah. And please don't call the cops.
To call the cops for what? We didn't do anything.
Like this bad video.
Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
Here, and yeah, we should have audio. Let's see. Let's throw on the dirty old man glasses, and not that kind of dirty old man. So we got up in here, JMR. Yeah, you would think after all these years, YouTube could get the whole notification thing right. Let's see. I did play with it a little more on that PD, I forgot what you called it, but we'll get to that. It's weird. I can get it to work with a short piece of Ethernet on the switch, but if I use it through a jack in the room, it doesn't boot up. Very odd. I haven't seen that before. Let's see. So we're doing something a little different on Saturday night. OG's not here. OG's at no one's here to help me. He's at his cousin's house, and we're gonna go meet up with them tomorrow in Arkansas. So figured we'll get a live stream out the way, and then I can be, after the live stream, be rushed into packing and everything, right? So I had a bunch of stuff on the desk, and that was the thing, is like, I got a lot of stuff in lately, and it's like, especially like Sonoff has been sending a bunch of stuff. It's like, can't keep up mostly. And then with the day-to-day things, yeah, so a few blocks over. What do you mean a few blocks over? From over, oh. No, he actually not. He's at his cousin's that's actually 2.5 hours away. Yeah. So he's at my mom's sister's compound thing. So, yeah. So we're gonna meet up and hopefully have a decent vacation of like 12 people in one house or 13 or something like that. I will see how that goes. So, but it should be out in the middle of nowhere, which is nice. Um, next on screens or something better come along. I do have a screen I'm messing with, but it has some issues mainly because of my dashboards. But so what's everybody doing lately? We're I haven't been messing with a whole lot of stuff. I've been really enjoying the ESP home. I guess enjoying and hating in a sense because every try to get used to something new is the whole ESP home device builder or dashboard. I still call it the dashboard. I'll zoom in here and we can get it because otherwise you're going to be squinting at it. I'm sure everybody, I think everybody's probably upgraded to it maybe because it's came out in the June release, which was I think middle of June or something like that. Um, and then they've had a lot of updates to it. I feel like is the audio too loud? Let me know if the audio is too loud if it starts clipping. I'm seeing I'm getting into the red sometimes. So holler and I can bump it down. I think I had it pumped up for something else. Cool, Terry. No lightning lately, huh, Terry? I know you had Terry had a cool video. I know maybe it's not too cool for him. He had a cool video on Discord a while back. Um is like he had a camera that could see his house and like lightning hit the chimney or something and jumped to the natural gas or something like that and smoked all kind of stuff in his place, unfortunately. Yeah. No stormy here. That's yeah, okay, it did hit the chat. I remember you were showing that video. It was kind of cool. I think I saved it somewhere, but we could jump and show it if you wanted to. That way you could be the highlight of the thing, right? I think he had a lot of electrical issues after that. I think he was sharing early in Discord dollar amount so far. It's kind of insane. Yep. Oh, jump to the propane line. That's what it was. So one thing I didn't like about have y'all messed with this so far? I guess I need my glasses to see this crap. Yeah, the only thing I've had lightning I had lightning hit a couple houses over, and it smoked a few ports of my router. It smoked like luckily it was just a little Linksys router deal. It smoked like the WAN port, and then it smoked an Ethernet port on an Xbox. That was really about it. Yep. So really nothing about like updating. I think the only thing that, you're talking about like having like a lot of old ESPHome. I've been adding a lot more ESPHome devices. Really the only thing I think that I've really had issues with is I think they changed that requirement and where you had to say you had to force the web security. And I'm trying to see, I threw it in one of my packages. Yeah, so you had to make sure this was what it was. The min off mode. You had to make sure and put like WPA2 or whatever. I sometimes I don't really like this whole like it's like there's an arrow here, an arrow here. So I figured we'd go through it and try to build like a new device and see. Because I haven't created a new device and see kind of what the flow is. I figure we would do I've got several different devices here, like little ESP chips and stuff like that. So let's just go through it and see and fight through it, right? So we'll do create device. We'll do, I'm not going to do advanced setup. We'll do create new project. Okay, it's not asking for my password, which is weird. So we're not using the starter kit. We are using a generic. Well, we could do a C5. Yeah, we can do a C5. So I have a C5 here. And we'll just say generic C5. I'll just say AA, so it goes to the top. I'll do test C5. Okay, so they haven't changed a whole lot. I thought there was something with the flow where it would build in your components. So this is good, actually, that it builds everything. And before, I think they didn't have the C5 in here. I have my stuff going to packages, but we'll just leave it as here. I don't normally do encryption. I can care less about the encryption, being that it is local. Usually I set some of the other stuff. I set the fallback hotspot password as like a secret. I won't dig off into my secrets right now. I'm sure y'all are dying to do that. But I thought there was something where you could add, unless I skipped it, where like doing the guided, where you can add the components. I think that's what this is. So you can go in here and add components. Yeah, this is what I kind of went off into here a little bit. Like if you want to, instead of having to dig off into a lot of the documentation, because normally I was having like the documentation open. So like if we wanted to do like a switch, say we did just like a GPIO switch. This is some of the guided stuff. So it's kind of neat. So we could just do a guided input on, say, I don't know, what was one of the pins that are open. They're all going to be open, of course. See the light. We'll just come down here to GPIO 19. We'll call it GP19 switch. And we'll hit add. And so it does add and show. Is it not like GPIO 19? Why is it not like that? How about we do 15? Okay. We'll call it 15. So that is kind of cool, being able that they just pop in all the different pieces, and then you can do the automations. Can we do an automation? Let's just see. Probably the automation that's actually on the device. On boot. Continue. Did it do anything? Maybe. Oh, it's up here. On boot then. Okay. It's interesting. I wish they would have more examples. Because that's kind of like what I do is like in the documentation, I'll just copy some examples out and then change them. So I'm just curious to see if this will, like, say if we wanted to build in Bluetooth proxy. Can you search? Add component. Proxy. Nope. Okay, that's not really a component. Maybe it's part of the core. Add configuration. Proxy. Nope. See, now it's like I'm just going to go ahead and copy it out of my another component like that. For like Bluetooth proxy by the time I did all this. The doc should still be here. Browse components. They're not as easy, I think, as before. Bluetooth. I do have this zoomed in. Bluetooth proxy. So normally, here's the example. Complete sample recommended for Wi-Fi connected. So really, like Bluetooth proxy, you're just gonna need like 2 pieces now. So I wish I could say this the same about my I guess that was, you could search for it. I did pop in as Bluetooth proxy. I wish I could say the same about my Tasmota stuff. I still have probably about 50 Tasmota things. But sometimes, like if you're doing, like if I got Wi-Fi upgrades or anything like that, or roll like firmware upgrades for the access points, that it's without failure. If I bump them, if I change channels where it reboots access points, I'll look on the dashboard and there's like 3 or 4 devices that are missing, and they're always Tasmota devices. ESPHome devices, it's quite the opposite now. I don't have any issues with those reconnecting to the Wi-Fi. It's always Tasmota devices. I got to go back and power cycle them and stuff like that. It's kind of annoying. And yeah, and that was even some on 9. I've got some that were forever, hadn't touched them or anything. They just, I don't know. I wish Z-Wave would run as well for me, but Z-Wave, I just got too much interference issues with Z-Wave. Z-Wave LR works great here, but the Z-Wave mesh is just okay. So let's see, save. Let's see if we can install this puppy. Will this work? I don't know, because I run in Docker container. Didn't they change this? Supposedly. I'm not connected to the USB to the server. Plugged into this computer. Let's see if it'll work. We'll see. Because I know I had issues where you had to like have the certificates and everything, and I don't have that. I just run in a Docker container, and there's no need to do certificates and stuff like that for just something local. So I'm kind of curious to see if this works. I do like that they have this, that you can see the logs. I know in previous ones, you had to have you would just say building, and you couldn't see what it was doing in the background. Yeah, I have some of the I know Valley Zigbee stuff. I don't know if I had this in the right port. We'll find out. There's 2 ports on the C5. You can see I haven't built one of these. So it's going to take a bit to pull all the libraries down. But it shouldn't take long to build. That's interesting. I've never seen it do this. Normally it's all the files come down, so it's definitely different. Okay, let's do open USB flasher. Oh, that's cool. I like this. Actually nice. Is it going to connect though? I may have it in the wrong port. Let's see. Let's do retry. There it goes. I had it in the wrong port. That was my fault. Yeah, definitely a huge thing, because I used to have to, if I was going to be doing something like this, I would like save the factory one, then I would go to the flash ESP tool.py and flash it manually. And because I didn't have the SSL certs, because of not using HAOS and all that good fun stuff. So we got some other cool stuff on the desk that I will mess with. One of them is a display thing that's actually I'm tempted. Actually, my wife actually opened it and she was like, "Ooh, that looks nice. You gonna put that on the wall?" And not really a wall display person just because we don't use a whole lot of dashboards, but we'll see. Any good light switches, wall outlets? You didn't I don't know why they had that before the SSL. That was I'm not sure why they did that, but it works fine in the ESP. Oh, it does route it through web ESP. Okay. So it does route out through them. Okay. Maybe. Installed, you can close tab, connect. Let's see if it'll pull up. It may not pull up because the MDNS name may take a little bit to pop in. Let me see if it did pop in. Let's see. Hold on one second. Let's see if it connected to the Wi-Fi. Oh, there it goes. I was just being impatient. Being impatient. So it should. Do we have? Let's see. Integrations. Yeah, there it is. Gonna add. It's taking its time. Oh, did I forget the API? No, I thought I pulled the API out. Oh, it's got API in there. Interesting. Shows connected. Oh. Why is it pulling up? Got the wrong IP address, though. That was weird. Normally, I haven't had to do that. Okay. Maybe because it was showing up as a different name? I'm not sure. That's an odd one. I did have it flash with something else before. It was just messing around with. So maybe that's why. And it had the old DNS name in there. But it's up there. It's in there fine now. I haven't played with the whole. I thought they went through there was more of a guided process. Maybe that's when I was messing with this one, where it was the whole guided yeah, that's probably what I was thinking of. The whole guided process using the Apollo starter kit. I know I think those are coming out. Yeah, so those are shipping in expected to ship in August. Okay. I think that's the one I was thinking of. So smart switches with Bluetooth proxy. Actually, I've been doing away with. I will say that I do have one or two of these still. Is the where's it at? They still have. I don't know if they still have them on Amazon. So I'm still using these the PoE ESP32s for Bluetooth proxies, and I think I have one here on the desk. I still have them like in the case, and though because I try not to add additional 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi traffic with Bluetooth traffic. It just seems to be because it's really a Bluetooth proxy is a bent pipe. The other one I use is the Wise outdoor plug. Do they still have these on Amazon? They do. Okay. Um, so these are I've been using these. So they were a lot cheaper, and for a while you could get them at Home Depot for like $5 a pop. And that was great. I bought like a whole buggy full of those things. And what's great about them is you can pop them open and with just their screws. And then now I did solder this one way back, but you can also solder them, or you can use a BDM frame, and then you can just solder them and put ESPHome on them and use them as a Bluetooth proxy as well. It's a full dual core ESP32. They're only single channel power monitoring, but it does have 2 relays. I do like those for outdoor for Bluetooth proxies, but otherwise I've been using the power over Ethernet ESP32s for Bluetooth proxy. Yeah, I've got one in the front of the house, one in the back of the house. Sometimes I'll pick up random neighbors' Bluetooth bulbs to add to it. And I've always tried to hit add, but it always fails to add. I'm hoping I can one day add my neighbors' Bluetooth light bulbs and control their light bulbs, but haven't been able to successfully add that yet. So I guess let's jump over to I know Gabriel was talking about his thing earlier, and I will say, been talking with him in email, and speaking of Bluetooth stuff, not Bluetooth, PoE stuff. So let's see if I can pop in my other camera. I have too many things. This one? Yeah. So me and him were probably going to look at, I know we talked about in the chat, was he's been making if I can move this out the way. Let's see if can we do, I think I have this one in this. There we go. I knew I had one. This is where I need OG to do. You'd be his hand model. So he's been I'll pull up I don't think you can post links in the chat. I think it's set to only moderators, but I'll pull up the documentation on it. But I was looking at this for doing I think it's PoE Plus, I believe, and I had issues with it not booting. Looks like it is an ESP, but I know he's going to be working on some issues with it. I know he told me to put a resistor on it as well, to put a load on it. I haven't had a whole lot of time to mess with it, but be a cool little board to do a lot of different things and also do some stuff with LED power strips. I find it a lot easier to do stuff with PoE. I know everybody probably does. And then I'd also like to see, and I don't know why, maybe Gabe could probably answer this, or maybe make one, or someone could make one. It's a simple Bluetooth proxy device with USB-C on it for easy reflashing, with an antenna on it in a case that's PoE. Simple. I don't know why no one, I've even asked the Apollo guys, like, hey, make something like that, but they never made anything. Just make a simple Bluetooth proxy for us in a case. It'd be cool. But so this I actually thought about using Bluetooth proxy with this as well, given that this is going to be using power over Ethernet. So I guess where can I pull? Don't you have the dock somewhere? Um, I don't know if you can send a link. The Wave Share kit. What is that? The yeah, I think it is. You talking about the wave? Hold up. I'm pulling up on my other screen. Yeah, the ESP32 S3. Um, where's my other thing? Zoom right. You talking about this? And look, I bought this before. Um, I do have it somewhere in my box of things, and it does have, but and I'm sure someone's made a case for it. But if this is close, but we'll look for an ESP32, probably S3 like this. It does have USB C. If you look closely on this picture, you can see it right below the PoE. But if it also had a small stubby antenna to it, that's kind of what I know a lot of people are looking for. Is a lot of Bluetooth proxy stuff you're wanting to do, like have a little extra gain for receiving some of these low power Bluetooth devices, and just be something simple like that. So it's just I've looked for it. I don't think they make this one. I guess they do, but do you have to do you have to solder? I know some of those. What are they? Oh, I forgot the name of those. Those little coax connections. And so sometimes you have to solder the connection to activate the connector. What do they call? I can't remember the name of those. Um, they're small little coax connections and they suck because then sometimes you can break them off. I know they're easy to. There's a cam kit, Ethernet port. What is the name? 10. There it is, right there. They call it the IPEX, but there's a different name for it. I forgot the name of it. Do you have to change it? Trying to make one is Bluetooth proxy, PoE that has PD. They all have Bluetooth proxy. Okay. And I guess that's the big thing is like someone looking for a simple, ready-made Bluetooth proxy for people where they can just buy it and it has the case, has the stubby antenna. They can plug it in USB-C, flash their own thing, and rock and roll. No one's really making that. So that'd be cool for what people could do. Where is your... I'm gonna scan it right quick. It's this one. Is it? Yeah, this one. Seed Studio PoE. Does that one have it ready to go? Ah, it is. ESPHome ready-made project. Compact PoE. Now it done changed the whole screen on me. Did not know about those. Zero code, microcontroller, ESP32 S3. Is it? Oh, it is PoE as well. Okay. Okay. Someone's finally making one. Okay. Nice. Do they have the come on, Seed? You gotta put some guts pictures. No guts pictures. They usually Seed does pretty good on stuff like that, but no guts pictures. Hardware review. I guess that's about the same thing. So, yeah. Is it on? It's on there? Yep. Not even Prime right there. It's $50, huh? There's 18 left in stock, dude. I mean, it's not. I mean, yeah, you definitely get it from Seed. Features an internal pin wiring fix. Yeah, someone's jacked up the price. Do they even have? Let's see. What would it? Let's see. What would it do? I want to see if it shows my address. So hold on, because I've ordered from them before. Proceed to checkout. Sign in. I want to see what shipping is. I put my address in, so hold on. It says estimated shipping on the 21st. Come on, calculate shipping. Oh, it wants me to put in my address. Oh. Now I got a gnat flying around. Shipping is actually only $9 through Smart Mail. So we're looking at what, $31. So definitely a lot cheaper than yeah. Definitely a lot cheaper than the $50 deal that on here. NG, you said the seller doesn't have good reviews. Did not receive a package. They buckled the groove ports. Fulfilled. Yeah. Item never received. Order canceled. Yeah. It's 92% positive, but whatever. I wouldn't order that. So I'm not even gonna link it. So I guess back to your deal. Do you have better? So what I was looking at was his connector, which I thought was cool. Was he had the 12-volt, and then we had 5-volt broken out, and then I was looking for doing WS2812s on it. So I know I'm gonna mess around with more of my switch to see why it's not booting up, why it boots up on a short cable and not a long cable. But pretty cool to see a PoE Ethernet based for doing some LED power strips. So I don't know if Gabe had anything else. I know he talks about how I think he's got ESPHome on it out the gate, I believe, but you can change the firmware. You can do WLED on it as well if you'd like to. So, don't you have the serial header? Yeah, the serial header is, I'm assuming it's this right here. I'm assuming it's this pin header right there, I believe. I'm backwards. Yeah, the pin header right there is the serial. Yep. Okay, cool. The only thing I wish that these, I know you got a lot of them. I wish the gate, the screws were a little bit bigger than these little flat heads. It's kind of a pain to mess with. That's the only thing. But I know you've got a lot of ports on it, so it'd make the board a lot bigger. So, so I guess if you want to, we can switch to the desk, and I saw it pop up. Have y'all seen this guy? It's the Third Reality. I love some Third Reality stuff. But have y'all seen this one? I gotta turn this thing off. Refresh. There we go. The receptacle that is dual channel Zigbee, and it is mains powered, and it is 15 amp, thankfully. And it has 2 relays and 2 power monitoring. So you can monitor both. I guess I should put it on the screen. Y'all should say something. The third reality receptacle has dual relays. Yeah. See, there you go. Say that's not on the screen after I put it on the screen. There you go. I wanted to take one apart because I'm curious to see what relays are inside. Let's see, copy. There's the link to that guy. So I did power it up. I did power up one of them, and it is inside of Zigbee to MQTT. Let's see. It is this one here. I guess we should plug it in. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. So we should be on the other mic. Are we good now on the other mic? And I'm going to switch. Where? Okay. This is the cool thing I thought was, let me rename it because I'm gonna lose it. Rename device, update, Sig 3R dual. How about dual socket? Let's see. I want to see everything it shows in. Yeah. Oh, look, it's all behind my screen. Let me zoom out. So it does have the dual controls. And here's the cool part that I liked is it actually has, so I'm gonna try that out. Oh, we do have an update available. Terry should like that, right? How long it takes to update over Zigbee? Let's see, Zig. uh, we're not going to do it during the thing, but it does take a while to do them. I guess we can, I guess I can do that. So while I got the other one going. So look, it does say it's going to take, how long we got? Let me turn this other thing off and drag it up. There we go. 23 minutes. So yeah, all the dead batteries. I have a lot of dead batteries. Probably in a lot of old devices. That's the problem. Yeah, the TV tilt, Akari. Oh, the Akari is finally dead. Okay. Oh, I got a water leak. I don't think I had that one installed because I would have named it. Yes, some of these are, I can see why they would be dead. I haven't used them in a long time. So, Yeah, so the reason why you're gonna see, I wanna say it's like 100. I think the whole thing is 115 kilobit or something like that for Zigbee, and then if you got a lot of Zigbee devices, it just takes a back seat. So you'll see devices that take forever to update, but you can still use them while it's updating. Why is it okay? I was like, where's my? Oh, now it's saying 33 minutes. So you don't have a second non-production. I used to actually have another non-production Zigbee, but I ended up getting rid of it. So now one thing I did want to update that for given that it did. There's a one thing it's saying unsupported attribute. I think that's for the dimming of the actual LEDs on the front. Um, it's nothing's actually going to happen to it. I think if you would have to time it right at the end when it's actually flashing and flipping over, that for it to screw up the device. So yeah, I used to have I used to have two Docker containers of HA, two Node Reds and everything, but then it just got so far behind. I just test everything unless I was really doing something weird like matter over thread stuff. That I'll test that on my like just I'll spin up a little not Docker container. I'll spin up a VM of HAOS and mess around with that. But otherwise, I just use my regular stuff and just let it rip. Unless I'm making some big changes. So, but given Zigbee, that's just doing a Zigbee device. I had a second one, but it just got to be too much of a pain because I had to build out a mesh and I had to make sure on a different channel and everything. So I do have actually a second one. And let's do, if I didn't set this one up. So if we have the desk, give me 1 second. And is it this one? Yeah, here we go. And I can still see the chat. So this is this one here, but I did open another one and it's actually kind of neat for how they did this where if they just had another, let's turn the light up a little bit. I can definitely see them probably doing thread and maybe Wi-Fi over Matter versions of this because they put everything in all the low voltage in the front panel. This just pops off of here. This is that receptacle, and I'll show you the part I don't like. But this is the front of it, and there's the two buttons. They are tamper resistant, and just standard receptacle. But they don't. The wiring is weird on the bottom. Is I took the screws out, but there are some little screws here, and you shove the wires in, and I think it will take up to 12 gauge. Now this is only 15 amp. This is not 20 amp. So, but then I didn't pop this open yet. This is just the grounding. So it is nice to see they have that all one piece for the grounding and then the ground going to the box. Let's see. And this should slide out. Let me zoom out a little bit. Are we good on things? Yeah. Yeah, so they have these like little copper looking posts. Let's get this set manual focus. Flip back. Then we'll zoom in on the relay. I guess while we're here, this is what I was curious of. is the relays. Oh, so they are. That was what we were curious of in Discord. Are the relays actually rated? There's 16. Is that 16? Looks like 16. 16 amp relays. Now, you're not going to be able to run 30 amps off of this thing. Yeah, brass. Um, it's not UL listed. I think it's ET. Is it ETL listed on the? I think it's ETL is what I remember. Here's this. I think it's ETL, I believe. Yeah, so it is 15 amp. Yeah, it's chunky. It is. I don't know if it'll fit in a if it'll fit in a shallow box. The only thing I really didn't like about this whole thing was, of course, the way that the wiring went in the back of it. But I did go in there and try to, once I screwed it in with they are Phillips, and I did tug on it and try to rip it out, like pulled on it hard, and it didn't come out. So I don't think it'll come out like when you're trying to shove it into the box. But yeah, that was just the only thing I didn't like about it, was that I wish they would have done some bigger, as standard size Phillips screws for the back of it for the wiring terminals. That's the only thing I don't like about it. So, I know we've had this discussion before about the UL. I've actually talked with an insurance agent, and it's been forever and a day that they really care about UL stuff. There's just so much stuff in the house anymore. The only thing where they would be able to fight that, from what they were telling me, they would actually have to show that you intentionally set your house on fire, and then they would have to prove that in court so if you wanted to go, because otherwise anything you plugged in and did in the house, any power supply or whatever, you would have to get that approved by your bank, especially if you had a loan on a house, on a lien. So that gets to be very problematic. I mean, they're gonna approve every single phone charger and battery pack you bring in the house. I don't think so. So, but don't intentionally go set your house on fire. Now, if you went and put, something that you changed all your breakers to 30 amp breakers or something like that, and because your breakers kept popping, they could probably get you on that, because then you started removing the safety equipment, or if you bypassed your breakers because they were tripping. So I could probably see them being able to win something like that. um but And I don't even think you're required by an electrician to put in UL listed. So it depends on, you have to check the code on that one. Because you'll find a lot of there's stuff that isn't UL listed. So yeah, I wouldn't buy a breaker panel. Yeah, the penny under the fuse. So um so I guess why I wanted to talk about that other display. Yeah, you can usually, like, for instance, I installed without any issue. Now I did follow code. I installed a 125 amp sub panel, and then put a 60 amp circuit going to an EVSE for the car. And I did follow code for all that stuff, and actually I overkilled on the wiring. But yeah, that's not going to, void anything or whatever. But again, I did follow all the necessary, I didn't want a fire or whatever. So this is the thing. Let's zoom out. I don't know if you've seen the Shelly wall display. And so Matt with Shelly asked me if I wanted to check this one out. And I said, absolutely, sure. It is it's an Android tablet. And I did load it up and play with it. It is rather pricey. I think it's actually on Amazon. So let me see. Yeah, it is. You might be able to get it cheaper on their website, but it is $349. So let's see. Yeah, it is $349 for, I don't know what it is on their actual website though. But it's more of like a Android tablet. And I got it all. Hold on, let me clean. I thought I had a cleaner. Because it's going to show up fingerprints like crazy on the camera. So it's out on the back of it. It kind of looks like a Shelly. And you do get the Shelly wall display on the back. Let's see. So you're going to get, there's USB-C input, and then you've got USB-C output. I believe that goes to an output. I can think if you're powering this by mains, it does have, I think, one relay in it. I haven't used it by mains. It does have 2 buttons on it. There's a button here and a button here. And so let's power this thing up. It is an Android-based tablet with like their own software on it. I need to hold up. If it'll pull up. There we go. Let's turn the light out. Now it's going to flicker. And my laptop keeps going to sleep. Over here to see the chat and change my power stuff. So it does actually support, which is the cool thing, it does support Home Assistant right out the box. So you can see I have it going straight out to Home Assistant. The only thing I will say is I did talk with them about the performance issues, and I have a lot of entities on my just default dashboards, and you can see it is taking a while to load, and it's kind of laggy. So I think some of the things is to make some minimal dashboards, because obviously I'm not going to use all of this on this dashboard, and is to throw some minimal stuff on, just so you're not loading like everything on this device. But it does work as, you know, hey, if I want to go over here and go to ESPHome, you can see the delay, if I guess because it's still loading the dash. So it's not going to be like super snappy. So maybe I should have left it alone and let it actually finish booting up. But there's the devices. So but so like if you want, jump in and change the devices, the dash, there is like their dash, and this is like their dash of like their devices. like their app per se, but I don't use any of their stuff in their app. So I've always just paired it with Home Assistant. So I'm not very familiar using it that method. I'm sure this is more, more snappy or something like that, using just their dash instead of like the Home Assistant stuff. But and I'm upside down. So if I had probably some simplistic dashes, like if I wanted to go over here, um, let's see. I bet you this one's going to take a bit to load if I put on the plate stuff. Because one thing I would like to have, I mean, I talked to a lot of people with different, like, they ended up with different dashboards and stuff on their screens. They ended up with a lot of camera feeds. And that was one of the things where I would probably put cameras on it. I don't think this one on the right, I'm not sure what that one is that's still loading, but it's not terrible, terrible. But I could see putting like a static display on it and with a few different things, but just it would need a minimalistic dashboard. Running on that Commodore, it probably would. So, so it is kind of it is nice. I know they've got like just being able to walk up to it, and then there is a web interface to it. Let's see. Um, Let me pull up the. I don't remember what the IP address is to it. Hold on one second while I dig that up on my network that may show everything and everything, which was all right. It is Wi-Fi 6. Okay, let me pull this up. So it does have there. It's like you would normally see on any Shelly. This is the web interface to it. So you've got like all the actions and the settings and the scripts. You've got advanced. You can do you can do Bluetooth on it. It'll pop into Home Assistant. I mean, it's kind of cool that they built this all the same as like their normal like Shelly devices. So it's kind of neat. Yeah, it's is it the same on their website? There's the display. I guess I need to get to off of the Euro. It always defaults me over. I need to get to United States one. Where is it at? Is it not? It's usually Shelly. Is it Shelly.us maybe? Well, it just nope. um, that's definitely a different. Hopefully, I'm glad it did. The Shelly US is for sale. Um, yeah, it would be cool to like. Um, I'll show you another display if you want to see another display. That's even better. Um, you want to look at we look at a better display. It's bigger. I don't know if I think it's more expensive though. Where's the US one? Why am I not seeing? Usually I just change the top part. United Kingdom is it? Yeah, the screen is very nice. I will say that. So hold up. Let's see. Room. Let's do the room. I don't remember if I have the app on here or not. Let's see. Is it going to start up though? Google Shelly while that starts up. It's us.shelly.com. There it goes. How much was that display on that? So there it is. Okay, so it is the same. I was curious. It's the same price as let's see if I don't remember if I reset this or not. Appears it's been revoked. Connect to my Home Assistant server. Connect. Oh crap. I don't remember the damn password. Hold on 1 second. Do it live, right? Do it live. Let's see. This one's actually decent. Can y'all see me on here? No, you can't, right? I'm on here twice, huh? This is the one you want. Where's Sour Pickle picking on my chair? Freaking. Okay. Hopefully it's not gonna say revoked. Again. Got it. Okay. Share, sure. Allow, yes. Sure. Doing all the onboarding. Okay. All right. This one actually is a nice display. So I don't know if you can see this one. It actually is see it loads fairly quickly. And even loaded that one to the top. And so it's actually looks pretty nice. So like even pulling up camera feeds, and you can run the full Home Assistant app on it. And so even like changing some of my crazy like entity dashboards, it's totally fine. And then even like pulling up the pool temperature and stuff like that, it actually runs great for pulling stuff up. The only that now, of course, those are that's actually, I guess I should have done it here. Yeah. So it actually runs the full, so you can actually see, but the full, like the patio, the things actually jumps pretty quick on things. So seeing the stuff, it actually runs pretty quick. Yeah, so it's just running Amazon, not Amazon, Android, and it's, I forgot which one it is, but they're not that expensive considering compared to others. Let me zoom right. So it's actually I know it sounds funny, but these are the Cozilla displays. This is, I think, the 24-inch. Is it? No, this one's the 32-inch. So it is more expensive. This is the 32-inch. Um, but I've actually looked at the smaller ones as well. For there was not for a 15-inch isn't too bad, and it's actually pretty responsive for things, and it runs off of DC. And but I was really surprised at how responsive it is. And the thing is, being able to actually use it for what I would probably intend on is being able to use it for actual actual camera feeds, because then you can it's all Android, so you can um yeah, so you can load up whatever apps, and you do get the regular Play Store. So it's a pretty snappy little tablet. The only thing I don't like about it is the they do let you load whatever other apps and stuff. The only thing I don't like about it is the 2FA. Had issues with the 2FA on it. So for loading up the I guess you could. Yeah, you could. It comes with this one comes with a little stand to it. But the thing is, I was looking for is trying to use the VESA mount to mount it on the wall. Um, I'm not sure the native resolution. Like I say, this is the 32-inch. I don't know if it shows the the resolution on it. Um, Probably have to Google it. That'd probably be quicker. It does run. Runs Android 13 on it. So, um, but they've got a couple different ones, and they all run Android. And that one's probably a little big to mount, like where I'm wanting to do it. Probably where I'm wanting to mount stuff would be the 15-inch. So, but I was really impressed with with the speed compared to some of the others that I've messed with on like displays and tablets and mounting stuff. It just seems like with Home Assistant, you really need to have a lot of juice. Um, let's see, I'm on the wrong one. So that's the cool tablet. I guess I'll show you. This is the Shelly size. I know back to my big head. So it's pretty decent looking device. It's not too big for the wall. This is the XL version. I do wish I would have a little bit bigger one that was a little bit more snappy, but I guess you could be more into raising the price on that. So, but I'm actually going to look at mounting that one, and I just need to do some I guess more efficient dashboards without all the things on them. Maybe I can get the Hef to churn me out some Claude dashboards or something with all of his tokens and everything, right? Um, a more RAM. Let's see, what is the native resolution on that one? Does it have the resolution? Probably not. I think I'll probably have to Google it. That's a little pricey to hang on the wall. It's $1,100, but it is a big Android tablet, so it is 4K. Okay, so what other things did we want to do? Oh, did we check on the before I forget? Where's the uh Zigbee stuff? Did it finish? And really, you probably don't need a 4K model, to be honest with you. I think it finished. Dual socket. Yeah. The one thing I saw on the dual the was the LED brightness. It looks like I want they fixed that now. Nope, it still shows unsupported attribute. Yeah, I mean, if you probably don't need 4K for like a dashboard. I mean, it's and then even like if you have a lot of cameras, you're probably going to have them in a grid. They're going to be down res to begin with, and you're going to be looking at them across. So I don't think you really see the difference between 4K and 1080 on a dashboard type thing. Um, I think if by the time you're sitting at that dashboard that often, if you're that close, you're probably going to want to use something where you're going to sit down with your phone or something else or a different tablet anyway. It's kind of one of those things to go by and just look at something and pass, so I would be fine with 1080. So, and then it has all their built-in calendar apps and everything. So before I unhook it, I need to get to the right thing, right? We're jumping around while we're doing stuff. So it does have those big red LEDs on it. And that's the one thing it's not supported right now, showing is to change the brightness. Maybe there's something maybe I should reboot it or something. And we'll see, but actually, is that actually working now? It might be, because those things were bright. I've changed them to 2%. No, it still says unsupported thing. But they are a lot dimmer. Oh, it is jumping. Is it changing? Or is that something else? Oh, so it is working. Okay. I know it's hard to see on the camera. So it does work now. Okay. Because that was the one thing I didn't like was the LEDs were super bright. So that was actually kind of cool. I do like that they actually have where you can actually change each one, you can change where it'll come back on, always or previous or whatever. And my laptop went to sleep again. Yeah. So very cool. And one thing I don't like about it is the plugs on the back. Yes, that is turned off right now. But like I say, I'm pulling on it pretty hard right now, and it's not coming out. So I don't think you're gonna pull it out. The only thing like I say, I didn't like was the it has they're little bitty Phillips screws for the wires. I wish they'd have done something bigger. What else do we have time for? Because it is already how long have we been going for? Probably about since it's 8:20 now. So we've been doing what, 7? Yes. The ever fun. I love Wagos. They're the way to go, right, Jim? Yeah. So I keep those and set my whole several different. And it's always awesome to pull open a light switch, and I've used. And I'm switching stuff out, and I'm like, ooh, I did Wagos on this one. And being able to, I know you're not supposed to, but there's been several times I'll open a light thing and I was like, oh, look, I don't even turn the power off. if you're careful and know what you're doing, don't recommend it, don't sanction it, don't say Digi said, but sometimes is you can just flip the thing and pull the wire out. So yeah, I definitely we don't have those on the breaker panel. Would I want those on the breaker panel though? I don't know. They make some bigger ones maybe. So there's another product by Third Reality. I don't know if y'all have seen that one. Let me get this out the way. This huge brick. Denrail. And see, I don't have any Denrail. Denrail is not common in the US for breakers and stuff. Oh, I'm gonna speak about something else with Shelly. Oh, that charger? That's the Sabrent. Have you seen that one? That thing's a beast. It's the Sabrent. It's got 4 USB-Cs and 4 A's on it, and it shows the let's see if I can zoom in. It shows the wattage for each port for when you're plugging stuff into it. I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, I want to say it's 250 watts or something like that. It is a beast. I use it for the laptop and stuff like that. I know this may be something for Terry. I don't know. Do I have the link for that? Hold on. I don't even know. Look, I'm sending y'all stuff and I don't even have. It's called the Voltic. It's a $90 charger, but it's a 252 watt beast. I bet you Terry's like, oh, I know what that is. So this is something else I thought that was cool. I was kind of impressed. If you've seen the Tempest, Terry, who? Back up, Terry. Come on, you gotta play the video, right? Yeah, back up, Terry. Oh Lord, you know the old video, the fireworks. We just had July 4th, but the one cool thing is this one's actually with Shelly. So I haven't fired this up, and but this one is actually by EcoWit. I thought it was cool that they did this with EcoWit. This was like their weather station. But the cool part is it's Bluetooth, so it will work with Bluetooth proxy, or you can put it in Zigbee mode, and you mount this on a like fence post PVC pipe. It has like temperature, pressure, wind direction. On the top, there's actually it charges through solar. So you're probably going to get like I forgot all the sensors out of it. But you get the rain gauge as well off the top of it, because it's a rain gauge kind of like what Tempest has with no moving parts. So you just get that how basically it listens for how much rain is on top of it. So I thought it was kind of there's nothing new really. EcoWit's had this out for several years now, but then you had to have their own hub, and that was local, and then you had to bring it in through the API and everything. But I thought it was really cool that Shelly came in and did this with right there, Zigbee, or I don't know if it's the same time. I think you got to flip the modes on it, and I'm not going to bore y'all going through the book. Is the Zigbee or Bluetooth for that? And we just talked about doing blue. I know that you put this outside, but if you had the Bluetooth proxy outside, say like one of those Wise outdoor plugs, you would have no problem picking this up. I bet you even if you had one with an antenna or something indoors and get to it, it wouldn't be that far. So yeah, it is. I mean, weather stations aren't cheap. And you're gonna say, well, hey, I can build my own. Absolutely. If you want to go that route, I've done that too myself. But being all the other stuff you can put in here, the only thing I don't think this one has is the lightning, which is for Terry. I'll pick on him again. Is the lightning, but the Tempest does lightning triangulation through other Tempests in the area, and that's kind of how they do where lightning's at. But it does tell like the distance on those. Um, so yeah, you also can, if you're in the realm of not Home Assistant, you could just simply have a Shelly relay that is one with has Bluetooth, like the Gen 3 and Gen 4, and could pick this up by using a relay or one of their other Gen 3 or Gen 4 products outside. Um, so yeah, it's pretty cool that I was like, how are they doing all this? Is it really going to be all Zigbee? And when he asked me, he's like, "Hey," I was like, "Yeah, I want to try one of those out. I do have a Tempest, and um, I had to go look Zigbee and Shelly, and absolutely, it is in Zigbee to MQTT. I should have just searched the weather station, and there it is. So you're going to get, here it is, battery, luminance, temperature, pressure, humidity, wind, direction, gust, UV index, rain, precipitation, dew point, blah, 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 blah. So all off of, if you want to do Zigbee with that. I don't know if it's ZHA is supported in there. Do they have it on Amazon? EcoWit Shelly? Maybe so. Absolutely, they do. It looks like no. So this is the one that has their hub. Oh, here is this one with Shelly? Yeah, here it is, powered by Shelly. So 209. Actually, that's actually not bad. I'll show you why. I'll compare it to so we're looking at 210, the Tempest weather station. So the Tempest weather station you're looking at is like right now it's 350. So, and you need the hub. I mean, they do have the hub. Maybe you could say that as a plus. The hub is 900 megahertz between. So it depends on what you want to do. I know if you want to feed this through, this does allow you to feed that information since it is Wi-Fi. You can feed it to like Weather Underground, but I know some people don't like Weather Underground because of the stuff they did. But if you're looking for like a Home Assistant own weather station, like $200 is not bad, because the other thing I'll say, yeah, look, $500 for that one with a screen. What were you saying with a screen? One comes with a screen? Which one comes with a screen? Probably one of the EcoWit. There's that. Okay, you talking about that one right here. That one does come with the screen. But see, we're gonna be building our own dashboards, right? So I don't know. I use my phone to actually see like how much actual rain we've received with it. So it's actually not bad considering the Tempest. And let me just make sure, because they have, what is their, yeah, so even on their website it's 350. I like the Tempest, don't get me wrong. It's a great little device, but the price has gone up a good bit. And I mean, EcoWit and Shelly are shelling out ones for $210, And here's the other key is that I like is go back to let me just show you the size of it. I want to have it. So the size of it's actually not that big. This other wire for is it's I don't need it in my area, but it's a heater to, I believe, to melt any ice for like the wind direction on it. There's like a screen inside, it'll melt that. But for being able to just throw in a device, pair it up with Zigbee, Bluetooth. But here, the other thing that Tempest can't do is this right here. Is you can change the batteries that run on this thing whenever there's no solar. And when it has to go, you got a lot of days where inclement weather, it'll switch over and actually use the batteries. I have used rechargeables in the actual EcoWit one, and it works fine, and it charges those. Well, you can change the battery out. You can't change the battery out easily. They didn't design it for a user serviceable item on the Tempest. So definitely cool to see that Shelly is partnered with EcoWit for that. I think they were partnering with some other people on some like heavy duty like 30 amp relays and stuff like that too. I saw some of that they were doing that. So very cool to see them. Let me make sure. So this is powered powered by Shelly. It's powered actually by there is the solar on the top of it, and so it normally will run off of sunlight, but then it switches over to you can put if you put some decent rechargeables. I've had that actually in the EcoWit, and I haven't charged I have the EcoWit up right now, and but I changed those batteries out after about a year, and they were just regular rechargeable batteries. So it's looking forward to swapping this one out with that. Where's the top of the case? Yeah. So that's actually double A's in there. So yeah. So let me pull up I'll pull up I have both. I don't have that actual particular one, but actually I have both of them on my weather. So this is the Tempest on the left, and then this is the actual the EcoWit one right now, the non-Shelly one. It does report, I think it'll say like, yeah, the capacitor right here. And you can see how I want to say that if is that the own battery inside, or I'm not sure. But you can see it was like 2.5 volts, but then during the day, it was up to 4.2 volts. So it did charge itself. So yeah, so just as a comparison, the Tempest is local. Can we put both sensors up there at the same time? Show more. Add target. I'm curious. What is it? GW. Yeah. Temperature. It should just be GW to is it outdoor temperature? Outdoor temperature. So they're fairly close to one another. I guess you could change the calibration on them, but I got no issues with them. I think the Tempest may be a little higher in elevation, but for the most part, the Tempest was showing 3 or 4 degrees. I would say probably the calibration on the EcoWit, the one I have right now, this is not the Shelly one, is probably running a little higher than it should have been. And yours got destroyed by lightning. Yep, I remember that. So the Tempest one is local in a way. You can access the sensors through UDP without using cloud. The higher the better, because you're trying to get, depending on your location, you're trying, because you don't want, you wouldn't want to put it in your, like for instance, you wouldn't want to put it in your backyard with 8-foot fences and then it's on a 4-foot pole. Well, it would never get the wind direction. That's really the thing you're trying to stay away from things that are going to influence it from heat, a reflection of the heat, like say like a metal awning or something like that. That's just, aluminum. That's shiny aluminum. Probably wouldn't want to do that. And I've got mine mounted up on the peak of my roof, and then it's probably up like 4 feet from there, on the gable. So it's not like catching. It probably influences the heat maybe a little bit, but then because of the breeze, maybe not. The EcoWit is actually all the way mounted on my like 3 foot above my fence. Yeah. So it's a lot of different sensors and stuff. I guess the only thing you're going to drop is the indoor, because the hub right now in the EcoWit has indoor temperatures. And I think my hub's probably just sitting on the floor somewhere in the spare bedroom. But yeah, so you do get a little bit more stuff with the Tempest, but of course the Tempest is a lot more. But you do get all like the wind direction, wind gust, wind speed. See, like you can see, like we had a constant, wind going on, and but and then you get your, your rain rates, etc. Here's the monthly rain rate. Um, don't know if you'll get all that with the EcoWit on Shelly though, depending on with all the different sensors, but should be able to see it. Yeah. So it's pretty cool that that's $200 ready to go. That's because I think by the time, I guess if you built all of everything yourself, that you may take you more time and trying to build that, build your own little weather station. But the cool part is there's no moving parts to it. I wanted to roll through some other stuff real fast. Everything. I don't know if y'all seen some of the other Shelly stuff that's come out. Not Shelly stuff, Sonoff stuff. They've been coming out with a lot of stuff lately. A new door sensor, new temperature sensors, Zigbee power meters, Zigbee smart switches. We were talking about DIN rail stuff. I don't have any DIN rail, but they're even come out with Zigbee DIN rail breakers. Is that what it looks like? Yeah, DIN rail smart switch. Just said smart switch. I wouldn't say it's a breaker. I'm doing autofocus. There's another one that's Matter. And they sent a clear one, I think. Yeah. So there's another one that's Matter, and they sent a actual this one's actually Matter's DIN rail as well, but they sent a clear one, which is kind of cool that they could see, I guess, for showing off in the camera, showing all the inside guts to it without taking it apart. But they forget that I like taking stuff apart. So, but that one's Matter. over Wi-Fi, not Thread. I want to go through other stuff real quick. Random Olight. One thing I want to cover, if I can stop long. Oh, there's another air pressure sensor. So, then they did. They had a dry relay that was Zigbee, I believe. But one thing I didn't like about it, man, I was like, man, that's been so cool. Yeah. So this one's Zigbee is a dry contact, but here's the specs on it. It's 12 volt, not the load, but it's 12 volt or to 48 volt. I was hoping that they were doing 5 volt as well for powering this thing. I wish they'd have done that, but and it's kind of the same thing with Shelly, that Shelly doesn't have a 5 volt powered dry contact. And I guess I kind of see why, some of the relays, but it'd be kind of cool to see if they would do one that was 5 volts. What else? And what I'm talking about, they finally would stop, is Sonoff has been coming out with all the, everything, all the rage is all the presence sensors. And you've got Third Reality doing one, you've got everybody and their dog DIY ones. Some of these are batteries. You got Akari is doing one, and some presence sensors are easy to configure, some not so easy. SwitchBot has some, trying to do like a whole roundup of, I'm looking if I have other ones, of all of their presence sensors. I know they've kind of kept the same. These are not battery. I guess you could do, you're going back, I guess you could do a 5 volt to 12 volt boost, but I would just hope that someone would do one in just all together. So yeah, Sonoff has been coming out with a crazy amount of stuff. It's too much I can keep up with. I got to keep it all in the damn boxes and everything. And at least Sonoff has been keeping the Zigbee thing alive. I haven't seen a whole lot of, I haven't seen any Thread stuff from Sonoff yet. So, the other thing they came out with, let me put that over there. Too many things. The other thing they came out with was, and they just been keep sending this stuff to me. I'm like, y'all need to back off a little bit. Is new water valves. I like that they've changed this, because I use this one for watering the roof. I use this one, but they changed this to a brass connector. So, and it is, all these are Zigbee, and you just pop it out and there's double A's in the bottom. I use rechargeables. The only thing different in this one is it does have the water rates as well. So if you want to see how many gallons you've used, so they did change this to brass as well, at least on the threads. So this is, I think it's double A's in there as well. Not sure what the USB-C is it? Yeah, battery cover. And then you get the double valve. I don't have the links. I'll see if I can find the links. I probably should have sent you some affiliate links, but that's not what I'm always about. What exactly am I watching? What is this channel? Spooky Doodle Gaming. So those are Zigbee ones. Yeah, the Emporia 3 is great. TOE water switch, and then random Olight. Olight sent me a flashlight. I don't get it. Why would they send me a flashlight? I like their battery chargers, maybe because I covered their battery chargers, but they sent me some random flashlight, I guess, for 4th of July or something. I have no idea why. And I'm not going to do a video on a flashlight, which is weird. I'm trying to go through some of the stuff real quick. Oh, and then the Bridge Max. We're Home Assistant. We're not using Bridge Max. One thing is, I did think this was cool. Is if you've seen this, America. That's right. Olay has a cult following. What kind of cult following do we have? This is upside down. My bad. If I don't have an extension cord to use this on, I was not well prepared. But this is the you know, it is an S31 and a voltmeter. So this is Third Reality. But you can extend it. It has USB on the back of it. It's meant to like go in the socket in the room. And then kind of a weird design, I think, but it has the clock on it. So they probably it has a clock on it, and it's a 24 gigahertz. Oh, it is Matter over Wi-Fi, and it is a 24 gigahertz presence detection. But I thought it was kind of cool that it had the clock on it that you could set and everything. It actually is. It's an hour off. So hadn't played around with that one too much. Last but not least, and Third Reality, you've probably seen these. Third Reality does have their battery powered. I think I got this one from CES a while back, and they've come out with the different models of their battery powered presence. These are all Zigbee as well. That looks like double A's. Nothing new there. I was just trying to see what the other part. I'm throwing stuff on the ground. Is I think Big D sent this to me from Discord. Do y'all have these stores locally? Those cool IKEA stores? I'll let you catch up. We'll let that one see how good we are. But IKEA has some cool sensors if you have a store locally. And I don't know if I'm going to get to this one, but HomeSeer has, I haven't even opened it yet. It's a network connected Z-Wave and Zigbee based device, but no power over Ethernet. They asked me if I wanted to test it with Zigbee and Z-Wave. So I haven't got there yet. But IKEA, this is what I wanted to go over with IKEA. What is this? A remote. I don't remember what the remote was about. Was it for Home Assistant or something? The remote? I don't remember why I had the remote on the desk. No, it's Astreon. I don't Sanitron. I don't remember why I had it on the desk. Why? What's the now? These are all thread. So I think, and there's a lot of CO2. Look, 1534. I'm gonna die, right? Um, the I think these are IKEA. They're fairly cheap, and they are there are thread. Um, so this is like their temperature sensor, and it is battery based. And you push the button if you want to see the temperature, but it does work with Home Assistant. And yeah, I think that remote might be with something with Home Assistant, but I don't have the time to go through and set all that up. Um, with a real link to HA. But the if you go check out, like if you want to dig into Thread, or these are also work with Zigbee, you can convert them over to Zigbee. They IKEA has a lot of new cool devices, from temperature sensors to CO2 sensors. From their smart plugs are very cheap for Thread repeaters per se. And if you're doing a thread, the IKEA plugs are really cheap for that. And I haven't looked to see what relay is in here. It's supposed to be, it does say 15 amp, made in China. It says design and quality IKEA of Sweden. Um, let's see how easy I can pop this open. Yeah, he did send me 2 of them. So it's actually not bad to pop apart. I don't think it's even sonic welded. So this one actually, I'm going to pull that part out. It's just pass through on the ground. So a lot of these smart plugs, you'll find that they shove these through. And back when we were flashing all these with Tasmota manually, unless you did a S31, they shove these through and then they'll solder them on the inside, so it's kind of a pain. But this one actually opens up no problem. You can see the board. I can't see what chip is on it, but this was the key I was wanting to look at. We'll put it the right way up. What do they use? So it is, I need to change my sleep on my laptop. 15 amp for 120 volts. So they actually did use the right relay. And this one, you can see this board in here is probably for the power monitoring chip. Do we want to break it? I don't know if we want to break it. Do we want to or not? To see what chip is on? I don't know. Is it really that important? BL 0942 is what we saw. I believe that's a regular chip that we see in ESPHome stuff. So there's your power monitoring board there. I don't know what they're using. No, I don't have a mirror, unfortunately, and that would be really tight to get in there. Yeah, 0942, that's the power monitoring. This is going to be, oh, look at this. I recognize this company. I'm sure if y'all have seen them as well. Lidarson. They've actually made a lot of modules. They were picky one time at CES that I went in there. They had you couldn't take any pictures inside their booth. They were really picky about some of their modules and stuff like that. So, does it have? That looks like a fuse. This black, I bet you that's the fuse been over and soldered. It looks like it. What's it saying there? FR1? Maybe that is fuse? Okay. Yep. So it's a pretty nice little. I mean, how much were these? What was he at? David Boy? How much? I think they were like what, $10 or something like that at IKEA. But Ladarson, I bet you can Google that module. That Ladarson. What did I say? What it said on there? A Ladarson LX07. Oh, they're $8. Like, that's crazy. It's a power monitoring, and you can switch it over to Zigbee. It's like the dual stack firmware, and yeah, so you can. And then these are not even. I don't. You probably wouldn't want to open it, but these aren't even sonic welded. They're just got clips inside. I had to Google that thing. It does power monitoring. Let me switch back over here. So if you look, IKEA. I guess I should have searched for it. It's like called grill plats or some crap. Yeah, grill plats. Let's just search for that. Yeah. So of course it shows the different one, but yeah, it's the hidden Zigbee mode. Hidden Zigbee mode. Zigbee mode is you can put it into Zigbee mode by pressing the button 8 times. And I think it varies per one. And then you can put it into Zigbee. So it doesn't support OTA updates via Zigbee updates. You have to get any kind of updates, you do need to pair it with Matter. So yeah, pretty cool. I mean, it's $8 for a plug, and then I love some third reality, but let's just compare for a plug. So they're $8. This is Zigbee. You're looking at the same thing. So you're doing, I mean, that's 1125. If that's the math is right, I think that's about right. 1125 for a pack of 4, and you can get them at $8 IKEA. And if you have an IKEA close enough, my IKEA is 5 hours away. So pretty slick that all the new IKEA stuff. I know the pictures throw you off in some countries, but I think all of the stuff that you can do. Compare the buttons. What do you mean compare the buttons, Rick? Where'd my drink go? Yeah, and if you really want to get, yeah, and I didn't have a close IKEA. Oh yeah, we were. I was actually just pulling up the new Shelly plug. It's pretty damn slick, I will say. I have one if y'all want to open it. Where's my other one? This guy is the new Shelly plug. They're a little more pricey, but You do get they are Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth, Zigbee, or you can do Matter. Um, third reality button price. What's worth it? How much is the IKEA? You have to tell me. We're jumping back and forth. I think you search like smart home or something like that now. Smart home Matter maybe. Yeah, here's the different ones. They have the they've got there. Oh, so it is. There's the grill plats, $8. They got some bulbs. IKEA's really got some cool deals for some of the smart home stuff if you have the opportunity to be local to them. Yeah, I will say the Shelly plugs, they're pretty awesome because if you want to do Bluetooth over like Bluetooth proxy, when we were talking about that way at the beginning, and if you want to do something that's like this small, out of the box, Bluetooth proxy, power monitoring, and the whole thing, and it pops straight into Home Assistant without using their app or anything like that, it's pretty damn slick what Shelly. I really love what Shelly's doing on some of their stuff. I do have one I've had popped open. If we want to look at that one right quick, we're comparing plugs, right? Let me plug this one in. Yeah, so like I don't have the third reality button. They have a new 3 button. Yeah, see those buttons are $20 a pop. They have a new remote or something. Yeah, this rechargeable remote has 3 buttons. That's $30. It's I'm sure IKEA is using some of theirs to their ability to undercut things. It's just that that's like $7 for a button. It's pretty damn cool. Which one? You like those buttons, the IKEA ones, Terry? Let me pull up. Oh, the third reality ones? Yeah. Have you tried the new remote yet? I haven't tried the remote. It almost kind of looks like the which one? There's a one by Zeus. That's Z-Wave. I had this one that I've opened before. The Shelly ones also have a light up ring. The only thing I've been bugging them and telling them to do is I wish out of the box they would expose this ring, because the way it's once you plug it in, the light actually reflects off the wall. It looks kind of cool. Is they need to expose that by stock firmware as just a regular LED light so we could do notifications with it. That would be pretty damn slick, and I've been bugging them to do that. And I know you can. I would bug them as well if you want to. Be a cool feature. And I just popped this one apart. The only thing I had to be careful of, I think, was the Wi-Fi antenna. I know this is a black one, so it's probably hard to see, but the Wi-Fi antenna is stuck on the inside, right? Let's see if we can get it to come in, the focus. You can see it. There's the Wi-Fi antenna stuck. It's that sticker right there where that's soldered to. But so you got to watch out that you don't pop open and pull off that Wi-Fi connector right there. But there's the LED so it doesn't leak through. There's I think that's the ESP chip. And the other thing I wanted to see was what are they using? Yeah, that's that connector. What's it's like IP something. I can't remember the name of that connector. Oh, look, there's a fuse on here. I didn't notice that. What is, we are good. 16, y'all see that? I don't always trust everybody, but yeah, 16 amp relay. So there's a fuse. That's probably the fuse for the power supply. Yeah, that would look the fuse. That's for the power supply. That's a 1 amp fuse, probably for the power supply of the actual plug itself. So yeah, pretty cool that they have all that together and ready to go. It's just, you know, you're gonna get what you pay for on that. Make sure this didn't pop off. I want to say they're using ESP32C3 IPEX. That's what it is. Yep. I messed with a lot of them on FPV drones and stuff. So yeah, sometimes you pop those off and half of the plug stays on the thing. But I wanted to show, where's the plug? Let me see. I think I had that. The cool thing with Shelly is it pops in. Did I have it on here? Yeah. Here it is. Yeah, I'm not going to be much longer anyway. I appreciate it, old curmudgeon. I've got about a 6-hour drive. Well, 6-hour ride as the car drives tomorrow. So I do like that they have all of this set up and you can do Matter. I think you can actually change it to using the firmware. You can, yeah, switch it to Zigbee. You can change these to Zigbee mode as well. So it's pretty awesome that they've done all this. And then the cool thing is with Shelly is you take it out the box. This is what's cool with Shelly is I can take that same plug out the box, pair it up with my Wi-Fi with no app using access point mode. Then I can no flashing or firmware. I can go and turn it into a Bluetooth proxy for Home Assistant. And then if I don't want to do it anymore, I can reset it, bring it to my neighbor's house and let him use it with the cloud, the Shelly Cloud app, and use it on like his Google Assistant or something like that. That's pretty damn cool. The only thing I did see them asking about Thread, because there's not enough that it's capable of doing Thread on that chip. I think they're using, because they're using the C6 chip, I believe. I said C3 earlier. They're using the C6, their own version, more RAM, but they call it the Shelly one. It is capable of doing Thread, but the firmware doesn't have enough room. So I know they were asking in the Facebook group if they could cut back on some of the scripting and stuff on here and pull in Thread, or should we do the other way? But basically, whatever way they choose, you'll just be able to go in here and say, hey, I want the Thread, firmware, and hit the button. Yeah, I did see the ESP32S31. I think it's like gigabit Ethernet on it, which is crazy. Was it ESP32S31? Yeah, gigabit Ethernet, 320 megahertz. I thought that was pretty, and then gigabit Ethernet, 60 GPIOs. That was pretty insane. So imagine that's what I keep thinking Sonoff S31 to S31 ESP32. So yeah, that's pretty awesome to see them going forth with that. So so that's the rundown of things, I guess. I did blow through it real quick on Was there other things y'all wanted? Any questions? That would be cool, Gabe. You could. I'm curious to see that. Did they? They don't even have those released yet. I did buy a couple of the C5s because I wanted to do the C5 support 5 GHz. Do these support 5 GHz as well? Oh no, it's only look right here. Supports 2.4 GHz. So I do have the C5s. They do support 5 GHz. It's kind of cool to see ESP on 5 GHz, Wi-Fi 6. A lot of numbers. AliExpress has them. You know, it's always scary to pull up AliExpress on a. See, it's always fun to pull up. I told you. I don't even want to know what this is over here. ESP32S31. That says S3. Yeah. It's not always, you can't say it's always tech stuff because then you look, now it's coming up with some other stuff. See, it's coming up with proper stuff now, right? A shower head. I mean, you got the Michael Jackson stuff over here. I mean, it's great, right? Now, then you start to get some weird stuff, but and then you end up buying weird stuff. See, but then you end up buying the weird stuff that comes up on AliExpress. That's just you. Let's see. Yeah, see, you get buying the weird stuff that comes up on AliExpress. You know the cheek exercisers. You know, so that's always the fun stuff. You know, maybe that's why they send me the thing. They got the pickles. Yeah, the cheek exerciser. Yeah, let's stop scrolling. Yeah, AliExpress. I haven't ordered stuff from AliExpress in a bit, so we've been going long enough. And it's gotten the wheels are already falling off, especially when we went to AliExpress. I wasn't trying to cover anything else at this time. We'll make a video. We're not going to test. I think did I use that one time at the end? Or I can't remember. I've had those for a while. So, so we got a trip tomorrow to go. So I got to go finish packing everything, and I haven't. I got to turn some of these lights out. All right, Gabe. Yeah, I probably won't get to mess with your board more until probably next weekend or something like that. Maybe I'll play around with it some more. I'm trying to change mics. There we go. Get back on the regular mic. So it won't be too bad. Well, I got full self-drive most of the way, and only 2 charging stops to hit. So should be nice. And then we'll get back to the OG. Yeah, we all lost a little bit of focus. So maybe I'll do some footage. I had plenty of other footage from when I did road trip with the car and stuff. I haven't posted it or edited. I don't know if people want to see that on my channel. Maybe I'll video some stuff again and probably do it from a short intro or something to another one. Not a full video. It's not really but it's kind of cool to see all the different tech of car tech and charging and everything else. I got to figure out how I'm going to charge the car at the camp in the middle of nowhere, Arkansas, but we'll figure that out. I think I might have to hang a cord out the dryer window or something. So, all right, everybody. I appreciate everybody watching and doing the thing. And that about do it for this one. Anything else before I go? Nobody had any questions? Everybody's all chat GP'd up, right? All right, I'm going to go finish packing and get ready for in the morning. Peace out. And what's the ending video? Probably the same thing. Let's see. And y'all take care. Old. Oh, it's up. I didn't freeze up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm not dancing on the tower.
You stay up there. I want to get down and come down. Okay? No.
Hey.
It's two.
It doesn't go.